What's up, guys? My name is Pablo, and welcome back to another Yap Session.
Welcome to Pablo's Yap Session.
Something, honestly, that's just kind of been on my mind a lot lately. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It feels like the life I had planned, the life I wanted and envisioned for myself, right? When I get X, when I get Y, when I get Z, I'll be happy. And then I got X, Y, and Z, and I'm still not happy. And let's not take happy out of context, right? Obviously, I love my family. I love where I'm at. I love my life. I genuinely do. I mean happy as in I feel accomplished. I feel, like I did something, proud of myself. That kind of happy. So let's not get it twisted here. And that kind of has been messing with me, right? It's been messing with, well, why does it still feel far away? It's like what people consider that Twinkie, right? That's just kind of hanging in front of you that you just never seem to catch. If every single time you take a step, it seems like the Twinkie takes another step with you, or another two potentially, right? So I've been thinking about that a lot. I've been thinking how my entire life has always been, when I get this, I'll be that. And that's never been the case. So now I'm 36 and I'm like, okay, well, when does this shit stop, right? When do I feel content and satisfied and accomplished? When does that happen? It has not, right? Like I was like, whenever I make X amount of money a year and I have X amount saved and, I live in this place and I do that. And whenever, I'll feel it then. And I feel like I've been confusing the feeling. And again, I don't know if this makes sense to any of you. It's just, these are just random thoughts I have. I'm not here to be a subject matter expert or a guru or a fucking know-it-all. I'm not one of those people, believe me. Anyone that knows me can tell you that. I'm not trying to school you on shit either. I'm just throwing out stuff to see if anyone feels it because I can't be the only one. But anyways, let's go back to the topic. It feels like I'm constantly chasing something. I get that something. I literally don't feel anything when I get it, right? I wanted a Tesla so bad. When I get a Tesla, I'm gonna be so freaking happy. I'm gonna feel happy because I'm gonna feel like this badass guy that got a Tesla. Back when Teslas were actually cool. Got the Tesla, love my car. Did I feel accomplished? No, because now it's like, well, I got this model, now I want that model, right? The same thing is like, well, when I saved, I don't know, your first 25K, 20K. Okay, well, now I want 50. Now I want 100. Now I want 200, And that can be applied to anything. I feel like golf has been teaching me that lately. Well, I want to break 100. Okay, well, now you break 100. Well, now I want to break 90. Okay, well, then you break 90. Well, now I want to break 80. Okay, now you break, right? There's always something else to chase. So what I've come to terms with, and I feel like what I've realized lately is I don't give a fuck about the outcome, right? It's just a goal. What I actually get excited about now and thrilled with is the chase. And I feel like that's changed my mindset completely, right? Getting to that thing, it just feels like a trophy. Cool, man, here's your trophy. Get the fuck out of here. Go do something else. The reason I feel so empty is because when I get to that trophy, I think, this is it. And it's in fact not it. And that's where I feel the emptiness comes from. I don't know. Again, this is just me. Please tell me otherwise or whatever you feel, right? But it feels like I've been missing the point my whole life. It feels like I've been approaching it the wrong way, right? Rushing the process to get to the thing. I get to the thing, it doesn't make me happy. I do something else. But now lately, what I feel like I've been appreciating the most is the process, the work, right? The homework. That's what has been meaning something to me lately, because I could care less if I get the thing or not. At this point, it's who did I have to become to even get to the point where I can get that thing? It's what attracts me to it now. Like, I think about it, right? For example, I want to be a scratch golfer. So you guys know a little bit about me. I want to be a scratch golfer. But to be a scratch golfer, very low percentage of the population, by the way, ever does that. You have to become obsessed. You have to become a certain type of person to be a scratch golfer. You have to practice a lot. It's about the metrics. You have to know your putting percentage from X, Y, and Z distances, approach shots, right? Greens and regs, driving accuracy, iron distance. You have to become a specific type of person to get to that level of becoming a scratch golfer, which is why I took the journey on, because I'm appreciating the journey now. The weekend golfer or hey, once in a quarter I'll golf with homies just for the fuck of it, is not going to pay attention to those details, thus they can never become that type unless you just have like this wild natural Tiger Woods talent type thing, right? But we're not talking about, most people aren't that. And I feel like my life has been changing recently because it no longer is about the trophy. It's about who I have to become to even put myself in a position to grab a trophy that I'm most attracted to. And I take that everywhere, like to every aspect of my life, like even my children, right? Like, or my husband, I'm a husband, shit. I'm saying my husband. To my wife, right? As a husband, what is the goal? To have a happy wife. Okay, cool. How do you get a happy wife? Right? And you have to become a specific type of husband, like, oh, attentive, caring, nice, and thoughtful, and etc. You have to become all these things to even get a chance at that trophy, right? And the thing is, sometimes you get there, sometimes you don't. Cool. That's almost irrelevant. It's almost irrelevant. If you think about it, it is almost irrelevant. Sometimes, I try to go and break 100. I don't. But I learned shit along the way, and that's way more valuable than me actually breaking 100. Because I'm gonna take those lessons with me, and over time they will compound, and I will start breaking some goals. And I don't even know if I'm making any sense anymore or coherent sense, but it's just something that's been on my mind that I've been applying to every single thing I do at this point. Whether it's my job in product design and engineering, if it's golfing, if it's soccer, right, which I go play, that's just more for fun now. Right? But cycling and running, I want to get. I'm not saying competitive, but I want to do the 20-mile runs. I want to do the 100-mile rides. And you just don't do it by, let me just take a stroll on my road bike casually once every 2 weeks and just do like 10, 15 miles and never really push it, not keeping up with your metrics, not, working on your body and the rest and recovery. And you don't get to just ride 100 miles, right? Same with running 20 miles. To say, right? You just can't go outside and do that. You have to push it. Okay, this week I was here, next week I was there, the week after that I'll do this, right? You have to become a specific type of person. And let's say I come up short. Oh, I ran 18 miles. Am I a failure? No, because did I hit the mark of 20? No, but shit, I'm running 18. Right? Like it's you have to take the positives, the lessons, the who you became to do that, the diligence, the fucking discipline. And that's who I'm falling in love with now. But I feel like I've had it wrong for so long that I'm almost embarrassed to admit that at 36 now okay, that's what it was. That's what it was. And now something clicked and it just makes sense. Right? So that's something I'm trying to instill in my sons. Finn is way too young. Finn, if you're watching this, you're too young still, man. You're not even 2 yet. Right? But Enzo's starting to get at that age now that he's 5, where he takes failure as such a bad thing, where I'm like, hey, you should almost encourage it. It's not about the thing. It's not about, you beat that level on that game. It's not that. It's not, you didn't make that putt, right? Or you didn't score that goal, or whatever the situation is. For in his mind, right? Or you colored outside the lines, or you got the math problem wrong now that he's doing school. It's not that. It's the acceptance of the person that you have to become to do the things that you want to do, which are just goals. They're just goals, And sometimes you get to the goal, sometimes you don't get to the goal. It's the learnings up to the goal that means something, and that's what you should be looking for. But yeah, just wanted to share that random thought. It's something that's been just, quite honestly, fucking with me, because I'm like, my dream life, I'm living it. So why do I feel so empty? Why does it feel like something is missing? It's because there was no more chase, right? I got to the trophy and I thought, this is it. And that's not the case. I'm always going to want more, which is fine, right? You can be content with what you have, but maybe never satisfied. I don't know I don't know how some people feel. But there's also a threshold. Something else has been on my mind a little bit is, when is enough, right? Because that one question then goes into that other question. Is if you're just constantly chasing that version of yourself that wants, that's learning and pushing yourself and not so much about the goal, but about the person you're becoming to get the goal, right? But then you have to set a goal in the first place. Well, how many goals are enough? Is there a threshold? And I don't know why. This might be a little counterintuitive, or it might not even make sense, but somehow it clicks in my head that whenever I got to the level I wanted to be at, right? I got the title, I got the salary, I got the savings, I got my family, I got this, I got that, I have a list of accolades. You would think I would feel safer. Oh, I'm good. I feel safe, right? I've become this person now, reflecting back, that I wanted to be. There's still other stuff I want to do, right? But my goals were met. Why don't I feel safe? It feels like at any point someone's gonna go through the door and take everything away from me. And the only way I can rationalize it is the more you have, right? AKA the higher you are, the harder you fall, or the more shit people can take away from you, or it feels like more people can take away from you, or more stuff can go wrong. There's more to lose, right? There's more to lose. Oh, you make $250,000. Okay, cool. But your job better pay next, and more and more and more and more and more. Then before you know, you're like, well, fuck. Well, you know, and I want to be honest with you guys. I've turned down $350,000 a year jobs, but they wanted me to work Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Not gonna do that. Sorry, that's basically selling my soul. You know, that's basically selling my soul. But I'm a husband, but I'm a dad. I have a life. When would I ever play golf? When would I ever go ride a bike? When would I ever do anything? Right? Go run or practice because I want to do a marathon. Like, when would I ever get a chance to do that? I'm basically just a slave to that job. And once that job is like, oh, sorry guys, you know, in tech how it is. Sorry guys, we're laying people off. Then you're fucked. You gave your entire life for this one thing, and that one thing is gone. All your eggs are in that one basket. Boom, gone. So it's like this. It's this also this thing of the more you make, the more paranoid you are. The more you have, the more paranoid you are. If I go buy a Lambo right now, a Ferrari, I'm paranoid to pull this shit out the lot. What if some fucking idiot hits me? What if I lose my car and it gets totaled? What if this? What if that? What if I exhaust my savings because I get laid off? Like, there's more to lose. I'm telling you, there has to be a threshold where you're like, hey, this is the right amount of money, the right amount of freedom, the right amount of life and balance, right? I'm not saying don't work hard, hustle, but there's a balance somewhere where you can, hey, I'm working fucking hard, I'm being the best that I can, and I'm showing up and I'm present. I'm also being a great husband, but I have my hobbies in my life, right? That means something to me that I want to do stuff with and do stuff around or whatever, right? AKA golf, cycling, running, soccer for me, that I can still have that. So that I'm still trying to figure out where that balance is for me now. But it's just these thoughts that come in my mind that sometimes don't feel safe, and I can't be the only one having them, right? Like when you don't have a lot, there's nothing to lose. You go all in. When you get more, there's more at jeopardy. There's more at stake. There's more to lose. But anyways, I don't know how if any of you guys feel like that or have these type of thoughts in your head. I certainly do. But it's just something I wanted to throw out there because I feel like it's just starting to make sense for me. It feels like I'm starting to make sense of my life. It feels like I'm understanding the balance I need to become the person I want to be, right? To feel the right things, to feel like, hey, this is a great life. I've curated a great life. I've done the right things. Because at the end of the day, I can't take, I don't care how much money I make. That shit's not coming with me, right? I'm gonna go to my kids and stuff, but it's not coming with me. So I've been kind of meditating on a very specific question that's kind of helping my character development arc over here unfold. And that question is, if you knew you were going to die at the end of today, how would you want to be remembered? And I feel like I get up in the morning, I shower, and when I'm brushing my teeth and doing stuff in the mirror, I wrote it down on my mirror and I read it out loud because I have to answer it. I want to be thought of as a nice person or a good person, as a person I want to be around, as an encouraging person, as a thoughtful person, right? All these stuff that I say out loud because then now I'm starting my day with that in mind. Hey, so if you see someone that needs help, you help them. If you have a chance to make someone's day, you make it. If whatever, you know where I'm going with this. And I feel like now my life has taken a turn from like, I just want everything and I'm going to make $1 million and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to ride a Ferrari to, of what I thought was happiness, to be honest, at first, when I started my career and stuff, to, you know what? It being a Tuesday, 2 p.m. and I'm hanging out with my kid. And I know I have that flexibility and freedom to be there as a dad, helping him with his homework, helping him figure out life, teaching him things, making lunch for my wife and myself and my family, running across the street to get some coffee, right, on a Thursday at 11 a.m. Stuff like that. Like that makes me way more happier than anything I thought would make me happy 10 years ago. So I'm also redefining happiness. I'm redefining what that means in my head. It's not the amount of things you have or the amount of money you have on in your account, right? Or how many pairs of shoes you have, or if you're driving a Lambo. To some, sure, and I'm not saying it doesn't bring some level of happiness. Sure, like satisfaction. Hey, I've earned that shit. I worked hard. Hell yeah, when I drive this. But there's things that mean more. I'm starting to weigh happiness by category or vertical, whatever you want to call this. I'm starting to think of it differently. You know, going to golf with my kid on a Saturday worry-free, or Friday at 3 p.m. worry-free, because I know work is work and work is there, and I always get my stuff done, and they can trust me, and I have a great team, and I have the right amount of flexibility to be a great husband, a great dad, but also showing up for myself and resting when I need to rest, right? And like letting the mind kind of relax and woosah a little bit brings me way more happiness than, oh, well, okay, you're making 600 grand a year, but you know, but Monday through Sunday, you're on call, you're making all this money, but you don't have any time to spend it, or any time at all to spend time with your family, right? If you have any, etc., or any time for yourself, or you don't get a time to unwind and relax. That's not a life worth living. At least for me. Again, I'm not trying to speak for anyone else, because someone's life might just be straight money. Cool, man. Do you? I'm just talking about my experience on this planet, right? Like, this is just what I'm coming to find out, and where I felt that void was, and questions that just started kind of leading up to each other, that at some point I had like this weird self-discovery state where I feel like I understand myself now more than I ever did. But yeah, anyways, that's it. That's my Yap session for this week, or for today at least, right? I'm sure I'll have another one tomorrow. But if you're feeling something similar, how do you think about it? What are you doing that helps you rationalize something, or even like a framework or a mental model that you kind of use to identify some of these things, or make sense some of these things? Or have you figured life out? You know, I'm 36 and I feel like I'm barely starting to kind of scratch the surface on it, where it's not as superficial as I thought, or it was not, at least what my, you know, where my head was at 10 years ago. It's not that. And I'm redefining it, the whole happiness thing now. And I'm learning how to be a father. I'm learning how to be a husband. I'm learning how to be a brother. I'm learning how to be a son. I'm still learning all of these things. And I'm vulnerable enough and transparent enough to admit it. You know, I'm not perfect by any means. I'm still learning this whole thing. So anyways, that's it. That's all I got for this week, guys. I hope you guys have a great day and a great week. And until next time, bye.